Well, it's never easy when you're defending against someone like Daniel Dubov, who is known as the creative attacking genius. In the third round of the Tata Steel Mastered, we had an exciting clash to watch, and it really was a treat for the viewers. Well, we had Vidit Gujrathi and Daniel Dubov taking off each other. Well, GM Daniel Dubov is a genius when it comes to attacking play, but Vidit is known less when it comes to solid play. So guys, it was the clash between a solid player and the master of attacking. So guys, today we are gonna see how the pride of India GM Vidit Gujrathi managed to tame Daniel Dubov, and Daniel Dubov simply surrendered against excellent solid play from Vidit. So guys, starting the game, Vidit was playing with the black pieces and was on 1.5 points out of 2. We have e4 from him, from Daniel, and e5 from Vidit. Knight f3 and knight to c6. Bishop to c4 is played, and we have the move knight to f6. d3 is played, and guys, here the idea is to play bishop to g5. Here Vidit played the move bishop to c5. The idea bishop to c5. The idea being that if you really want to play bishop to g5 at the present moment, we have to move h6, and when the bishop moves back, we can at least play g4 because the king is not castled. Therefore, Daniel Dubov played the move c3. This is all standard theory and is well known. We have d6, and here he opted for the move bishop to g5, which is not as popular as it could be. Well, the most popular move here would have been knight b to d2, but Vidit, I think, was surely prepared for this, because this was also played by Adiban Bhaskaran against him in the Tata Steel Chess India. Now he played the move h6, and after the bishop retreats, he played the move a5. Well, the move a5 has also been played by him before, and this was the move which he played against Adiban in the Tata Steel Chess India. We have knight to a3, and this was the first theoretical blow for Vidit in the game, and he said it in the post-match conference as well. After a thought of a few minutes, he played the move bishop a3 and pawn captures e3. Well, now we come to the debate, that is the pawn structure of white a disadvantage, or is the bishop pair of white an advantage? Well, this is the time, this is the position which creates an imbalance in the position. Is white better or is black better? Well, to me or to everyone, I think, to the computers as well, it seems completely equal now. Anything could happen. We have queen to e7, and after castles, here Vidit, after a thought of 15 minutes and 56 seconds, played the move knight back to b8. Now the idea is very simple. If you want to play knight back to b8, it's clear that you want to read out the knight to d7. And in the game, it worked out in Vidit's favor very well. d4 was played, and knight b d7, defending this pawn and adding and relieving pressure here. We have rook to b1, and this move, I think, from a long distance tries to hamper this bishop's development in some way or the other. Here Vidit went for the blow g5, and after bishop g3, he captured the pawn on e4. Well, this, I think, was already prepared for by Dubov, because he simply knew that Vidit was going to capture the pawn, and obviously GMs won't blunder pawns like that in a classical game of chess. We had queen to c2 because the c3 pawn was being attacked, and the bishop is also being attacked. So if you want to save the bishop, there is no way, therefore he had to save the c3 pawn. f5 was played, and we had de, and the moment Vidit takes this pawn, you know that the e5 is going to be all open for his lines of attack, and we have a really great move f5. Well, he says, okay, my king is open, I'm going to open it furthermore up, do whatever you can, I'm sure you can't attack me. That's what Vidit says, because it's clear Vidit is not going to short castles now. And he simply proves it after hg3. And okay, you couldn't take with the f pawn here. For viewers wondering why he didn't take with the f pawn, it's because of the petty tactic queen c4 check, and the bishop is lost. But yeah, after hg3, Vidit proved with the move e4, g4, and without caring for this threat here, he played the move knight to c4. This pawn cannot capture the knight, but this surely can capture her. Well, the idea is if you capture her, the bishop captures on f4, and then nothing is what you could do. The position is such that anyone could crumble under pressure, and especially when you are against Daniel Dubov. But Vidit handled the pressure excellently well and didn't crumble here. We had the knight to d4 and rook f8, simply proving that, yeah man, I'm not gonna castle shot, do whatever you could to attack my king. And this Vidit call is modern chess in the post-match interview. GF, bishop f4, and here the first humongous blow in the game. We have the move rook captures on b7, and this is the reason why it is really difficult to face a Daniel Dubov. An excellent and a brilliant rook sacrifice. The idea being, if you get greedy and try to take here, we have bishop b5 check. After king d8, guess what? White is losing. Black is losing the queen. And after this, if you try to bring the bishop back here, again guess what? White is winning the queen. So the only try you have is king f7. After which he takes the bishop. The bishop can come back, and there are too many threats in the position. Therefore, after rook captures b7, it is no rule in chess that if your opponent recaptures, you need to capture something. You need to recapture it back. And therefore, Vidit played the amazing and the only move in the position, rook to f6. Idea being that you lift this rook up. Not only that, you also make a space for the king on f8. So knight captures on b7 is a real threat now. Dubov played queen to b1, and we have knight captures on b7. The queen recaptured on b7 and rook to d8 was played. Knight f5 capturing the bishop, and now rook e4. Now here I think was the moment until which Dubov had calculated from a long distance, but he missed, and a very great resource from Vidit. Idea is, if you play the move rook to e5 now, well, it simply loses to queen c6. This is met with queen d6 check, and let's say you play here, you lose this, the rook is coming here, and this is getting lost. And after queen c6 check, let's say you play king to f8, you anyways have queen g6, king e8, this comes here. If you move this, you're gonna lose this. And let's say you play like king d7, you lose a rook in the center of the board, right? Or okay, rather you take with the queen. Yeah, you take with the queen here. So this was what Dubov thought, but what he missed in the long run was that after rook captures on e4, white has the amazing resource, rook to d1 check, making square for the king on d8, which is the only good square for the black king currently. King h2 was played, and now he played the move rook e4, after which queen c6 is simply met with rook to d1. He played queen c6 and king d1, king d8, queen a8 and king d7. We have a few more checks, and finally the king moves to f6, right? Now he said, okay, I have given so many checks, what's the problem with one more? Rook to f5, and this was the position where Daniel Dubov went wide out of the line and simply gave away the game to Vidit Gujrathi with the move pawn to f6, pawn to f3. Why you might think, guys, that this is a blunder? I'd like you to pause the video and think. So guys, once you are back with the solution, I'll tell you that why this is a blunder. But before that, let us examine the only move in the position. Well, the only move in the position is queen to c8 check. Well, I think Dubov must have seen this move, but what he missed was that king e4 was not possible because of bishop g4, and now you don't take the rook, which is the most obvious move, and you play the move queen to c4 check, king d6, and this is a beautiful check and mate. Therefore, queen c8 was very tough to spot, and also if you play queen e4, then this pawn takes here, and now what his idea is that black is exchange up, and all these pawns are falling, so it's gonna be very difficult to win this position for white, and black is completely winning here. So Daniel Dubov, it must have been very difficult for Daniel to spot this move, and therefore that's not much of a question why he couldn't spot it. He played the move f3, and now with it simply capitalized on this huge blunder by Daniel. Rook e4, and now king e4. The idea is to hide this king here, and once the king comes to c8, there is no checks that white is having. Queen a1 check, queen a8 check. If you have given so many checks, why not one more? King e3, and now bishop to c6. But those wondering why he didn't play queen to f3 check, king d7, and after this, he has no more checks. Therefore, he tried for bishop to c6, but Vidit made it look easy with the move queen e5, g3, and now he pushes the pawn, blocks this, and once the king comes to d7, queen to e2 is a threat of checkmate. Queen a7 was played, and after the last move in the game, king to d2, Daniel Dubov resigned the game, giving Vidit the sole lead in the event with 2.5 points out of 3. So this, guys, is how GM Vidit Gujrathi tamed the creative genius Daniel Dubov into a simple meek player. So guys, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. We are gonna bring to you more coverage of such as games. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos and get the notifications as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Until then, meet you in the next video. Bye bye.